The Madman! So here's the deck that I theorize is just level 1 strong. Pretty hard to beat this deck other than having something like Ice Block. I think that's a win already? If the test subject doesn't die on turn 1? I'm willing to risk it. Let's see, is that the case? Yeah, I think with just this and the Radiant Elemental, it's a win. Unless I get timed out. Infinitely. But they run out of timeouts. They can't, like, stock up timeouts that fast, I think. Not lethal, but, like, I think this is a proper setup for a bunch of Grave Horrors already. Okay, they are running timeout, which is just like the Ice Block thing, but the theory is you can run out of cards here. This is my first time doing this, so forgive me if I mess this up. Okay, not that. Pretty hard to mess it up. Okay, pretty straightforward. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. Next turn, we'll go off. That was me just figuring out how the deck worked. And if I draw the second Power Word Shield faster, then I can go faster by putting in 2 Power Word Shields before the Topsy-Turvy. So talking this through, the next turn, what I want to do is probably Topsy-Turvy this guy, Embalming Ritual this guy.
Let me think. That was a mistake.
Oh wait, right, I can kill them with Power Word Shield Infinite as well. I forget this. Missed lethal wall.
That was a mistake.
Actually missed lethal, but my bad. So sure, they can time out now, and they can time out the next turn as well. But how are they going to keep the time out engine going? They can't.
The victory is yours.
I believe mathematically you always go off on turn 2. It just takes practice to know exactly what to do. No, I guess when you're going first, you go off on turn 3. So as player 2, you go off turn 2. As player 1, you go off turn 3. Alright, ready, set, go! Now, does that look OP? Yes, but it does still lose the ice block. And this is why the ice block deck is a necessary part of the rock, paper, scissors here. Like, this is the rock, this is the tier 1 deck. You can see how a normal aggressive deck just can't beat this, and you need to like actually be invincible each round in order to beat this. Now the next turn I should be able to win if I grab a bunch of power word shields and I duplicate them, and then I put them on the bigger guy, and then I topsy-turvy for 30 damage. So let's see if I can pull it off. Let's see if he doesn't concede. Okay, whatever. But basically, no matter what, you're always going to get your full 6 cards by turn 2. Or turn 3 if you're going first. And surprisingly, when you're going first, you can go off on turn 3, and when you're going second, you go off on turn 2. It's pretty straightforward.
No, don't. It's still good.
Oh, look. It's discard block. Woo. That's so unfair. Wow. Wait. You've just gotten outclassed by a type of deck that does almost the same thing, just differently. Alright, good turn, good turn. Now let's see if I can beat him the next turn. In order to do that, I've got 14 here, so I would need to get the other one. I've got 17. I need to buff this thing just about 4 times with Power Word Shield and Topsy-Turvy for the win. To do that, I should begin with Topsy-Turvy here, Power Word Shield here. Start getting 3 Power Word Shields at a time? Let me think. So when I put this thing, I'm gonna get back 3 cards. No, there's already 3 cards, so Topsy-Turvy means I get 4 cards. I'm gonna be at 8 cards. So I need, no, I think 3 Powered Shields is probably too many. Wow. Ooh. Your hand does fill up pretty fast, so I think it's pretty hard to get the 3rd turn kill, but possible. And usually if you don't get the 3rd turn kill, you've got a dominating board presence.
Anduin versus Tyrande.
You give me strength.
Alright, theory. If the mirror happens, then whoever goes second wins. Because second pulls their combo turn earlier, but it's possible that it actually becomes an 8 PM battle on who can get more giants out. I actually don't know what happens in a mirror. Should be pretty crazy. Here we go, here we go! Could actually just be an 8 PM fight. Is whoever spawns more giants is at an advantage. Okay, not bad. I'm picturing, if the opponent has the same board, how would that be best dealt with? I would need to like topsy-turvy one of these horrors into an 8/7 and then power word shield and then topsy-turvy it back. Because it's important for them to have 8 attack at least, but also at least 8 health. Oh no, was he waiting for my... Oh, that's... Wait, there's also the possibility that they'll have a much longer turn because of all my animations. I don't know. This is gonna get insane. Okay, so I need to start planning. Powered shield, embalming, tops. I put the embalming on one of my guys first, of course. I'm gonna have 9 cards in hand, 8 cards in hand after this. It's gonna get messy. I should play a Radiant Elemental also, just to get it out of my hand. Probably should have been clicking these through. I don't know if that helps. It doesn't seem to be helping. Oh boy. Now we see what he was waiting for. Okay, so again, powered shield and embalming. We'll start off with Radiant Elemental, and then and then I'll probably use this 3/2 to trade off against one of their reborn guys. Okay, so that's a 10/7, which means I need to topsy-turvy. Oh no, I need to powered shield and then topsy-turvy. Okay, they weren't as strong as I was. Alright, well that's the Brawl. Run this deck, or run the Ice Block deck that beats this deck, or run the Zephyrus deck that beats the Ice Block deck.